Technology to me is Promethean in that it is all fire. It can light your home, it can cook your food, it can burn your house to the ground. Technology is what we do with it. It is neither good nor evil, good or bad.
Technology is supposed to be something that makes our lives simpler, whether it's automation or security or whatever it may be in our personal lives. But technology just seems to complicate things. Now you got to call tech support. You need help. Something breaks and you don't know how to fix it. You got to call in a guru. And I think technology should just be more simple. I think it should just do what it was intended to do, make our lives simpler.
Does something like Facebook shrink the world, or does it make it larger? You know, does it make it that all these people now that are far away can communicate easier, or is it just a little more complicated because the relationships aren't as deep? But I do think it shrinks the world. I think it makes it easier to stay in touch with people. I think it makes it easier to transfer information.
Customer service is such a big thing, obviously, in the restaurant industry, and we want to be the best at it. And I'm often, though, communicating with our staff or vendors over text. And then I have to stop myself and I'm like, you better get behind that door because that looks absolutely ridiculous. Like, I don't want our guests to see me on the phone, but it's not just, oh, you know, fun and games playing a video game on the phone.
Technology to me means being able to do things that normally require lots of human intervention, right? So when we think about technology and the thing that comes to mind is replacing the more mundane things that we do so that we can do things that are a little more interesting as humans. And without it, it forces us back into a mode where we're working on our fundamentals as humans and investing our time and cycles in things that are less important.
I cannot live without technology. And you know, technology is the bread and butter of now what's happening in society. For instance, we just upgraded our technology in the radio station. We have probably the most advanced automation system in the world. You know, if you don't embrace technology, you're going to be left behind.
Technology for certain age groups is a little challenging, as I know in my real estate practice. An 80-year-old person will not want to receive a text message compared to a 30-year-old who says, please only text me, don't call me. So technology is all over the place. I mean, some people love it, some people don't like it, but at the end of the day, I think we all need it.
When I think of community, I think of Troy. I love that Troy, you can walk in it. It feels like you're walking in Chelsea down in New York. There's great shops, local food, fantastic companies. There are true leaders in various industries there, and there's a great sense of community. I walk into a shop to order a sandwich. They know my name, and they know what I'm going to order, and it's great.
I think we have a pretty giving community in the Capital District, pretty diverse, and it seems like people do work together. And there's a lot of really great not-for-profits and charity organizations that are always willing to help anybody that needs help.
There's a lot of people that work at my company that want to give back. So as a group, we've done a few events for Habitat for Humanity. We cook food every month at the Ronald McDonald House. We've had a few other fundraisers that we've participated in to try to bring people to our offices so that, you know, they can buy ice cream or something like that to kind of give back.
In terms of community, I think a lot of, like, the inside joke around here is it's small Albany, that you always know somebody. You know, you can never get on an airplane flight and not know somebody on your flight. But I love that. I love the fact that it really is one big community.
Well, I think that no matter how successful you've been individually, you have to provide some sort of balance to your community. Spending a little bit of time for the common good is a very important thing. I was brought up in a small town. I know what a small town feels like. It's close-knit, and I think that you can bring a little bit of that to the Capital District too.
I think it's important to get along well, have a community at work. I think everyone always talks about loving what you do being important, but I think there's a second part of that, and that's liking the people that you do it with. And I'm fortunate to get along with everyone at work now, and we have a good team, and I really appreciate that.
Some guiding principles I try to live by is I always try to treat others as I would want to be treated, and try to do what is fair for, even in business, for what is fair for everybody, so that the customer as well as my company or myself gets the equal end of the deal.
Honesty. I'm in the business of finance, and we've seen even locally and nationally where there's been some issues with honesty, and I think that's really important no matter what business you're in. If you're honest to people and you tell them everything up front and truthfully, I think that's one of the biggest. It's not the only, but I think it is the biggest that leads to better principles all around.
I think, I always try to be the best that I can be in whatever is it that I'm doing. And that doesn't matter if it's business or if it is, software development or if it's anything. I always say, no matter what you decide to do, just try to be the best you can be.
The guiding principles that I started with in the Army and that I still use today is an acronym that the Army likes to use, is called leadership. And it's loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. And I still use those today.
When I was in high school, somebody bought me a plaque that says, "Some people dream of success while others wake up and work hard at it." I think one of the guiding principles that I live by is hard work. No matter what I do, I don't think I'll ever allow anyone to outwork me.
I guess the easiest one is the golden principle: treat others as you would like to be treated, first and foremost. And there's also this saying of Mahatma Gandhi, which I've always liked, and that's be the change you want to see in the world. So I just like to, in a sense, combine the two.
Some guiding principles I live by is doing the right thing, trying to always recognize the bigger picture, that right is right and wrong is wrong. And I'm guided by the fact that I know at the end of my life I will have to give an account, and I'm very spiritual, and I don't want to give a bad account. I want to have done well.
It seems very simple, but I've got a sticky note next to the monitor on my computer that says 5 years. So when I look up at my monitor, I see that, and it reminds me I've got 5 years till my oldest daughter leaves for college. So it kind of keeps me focused and keeps perspective that I'm here working, it's great, I want to grow this business, but I've got little girls at home waiting for me to get home. So I think balance is one of my driving principles.
My most important business tool right now is definitely the network that I've developed. The network of connections, the network of people. My network is so critical. People do business with people they like, and developing strong relationships with people is critical.
Without a doubt, relationships are what I think most businesses is built on, in my career especially. If you don't have the relationships, if you don't have the connections, then all the other tools in your basket won't mean a lot.
As a massage therapist, learning how to listen was probably my most important business tool. When somebody comes in and you've just got to know how to listen. You've got to know how to listen to what they say, and you've got to know how to listen to what their body is saying in terms of what it needs.
My most important business tool is probably my mind. I've gotten to where I am by hard work and just thinking clearly and being an honest person, and I think my mind, my personality, I think is probably my most important business tool.
The most important business tool is my phone. You need it for everything, and you can do more on it than you ever have been able to do in the past. It's not just email anymore.
I think that having an iPhone is such a huge resource because you can literally do business anywhere that you are. I think the challenge that comes along with that is keeping a healthy work-life balance. It can be very tempting to pick up that work phone after hours.
My most important business tool, probably communication. Maybe with a tough deal or a customer, just trying to be able to say, hey, I'm having a hard time, and work through that with the best of your ability and find your resources.
My most important business tool is actually the relationship that I have with my family. Being a family business, sometimes it can be challenging. You've known your family your whole life, and then you're working with them, but having really supportive relationships with family and open communication, I think, is the greatest tool.
My personality is my most important business tool. I don't think it doesn't matter what business you're in, what technology you're into, what type of business you work in. The ability to relate to people is the most important business tool that we have in our arsenal.
Well, I grew up in the Capital Region, and I always loved it here. One of the things that I think is most special about this area is the natural beauty, and I think most importantly, the 4 seasons. There's nothing like fall in the Capital Region.
There's been a lot of growth in the past several years here. Saratoga, absolutely, that's where I'm from, but also, you know, further south in Troy or even Malta and the development of global foundries. And for me, that's really exciting because, one, I'm from the area, but two, you know, it brings in more people, which obviously adds more to our business and helps us.
I just think this is a great place to both work and live just because of the proximity to great cities, New York, Montreal, Boston. I really think the only thing that we're missing right now is a good dose of self-esteem. I don't think that we realize what we have in this area, and you know, I'd really like to see us be able to shed the notion of Smallbany, I guess, once and for all.
Every year, hundreds, if not thousands, of young professionals from around the world relocate into the Capital Region. And I think what we need to do is better network them, provide them the resources that they need, get them engaged in the region in addition to the locals, and get them connected so that they can grow to love the region and take full advantage of everything it has to offer.
I think the area needs more hot yoga spots. I think the area needs more fine shopping. I was actually talking about this the other day. We don't have any, really big, nice, expensive stores. And since I'm from Long Island, we have, Nordstrom, Saks Fifth Avenue, Fendi, Louis Vuitton, and there's nothing like that up here. And sometimes, a girl wants to go shopping. So I think we could use a little more of that.
With such a, a weird economy that we're living in right now, people feel that, this is the best that they can do, when really they can do better. So I feel that if we can encourage people to have a passion and to live their dreams, I believe the Capital Region is so full of that oomph that they can educate people on that.
The area is constantly evolving, and what's exciting about the region is you've got some stable pillars, which are education and hospitals and medical uses and state government. The exciting aspect that's coming is technology, and I think that's going to evolve into a really exciting future for the region.
All those other things, the government, the schools, the higher education, the technology, the innovation, the buildings, that's all great, but what really makes this place great is, I guess, all of us who live here and make this our home, and who want to see better things for this region and the people in it.